Ghana News Base. Now, trade fair renovation causing occupants of to leave facility by the end of this year 2018. The Ghana Trade Fair site, which is a place that serves for exhibitions to be organized so that companies and individuals in a specific industry can showcase and demonstrate their latest products and services, meet with industry partners and customers, study activities of rivals, and examine recent market trends and opportunities, is said to be renovated. All tenants of the trade fair site are to clear the premises by the conclusion of this year, 2018. The administration says it is to permit for work to start on the site. Now, the trade fair, as we all know, has also been a ground for entertainment performances. Trade fair has for a few times presently expressed they are eager to redo the facility and to re-establish the once dynamic trading hub. Trade fair has been more or less of a tourist attraction site and has made name for Ghana as foreigners come over to purchase and to view things of delight. The CEO of the Trade Fair Ghana, Dr. Agnes Adu, tells the local press that the clearing of the inhabitants is essential for the unused development. The tenants have been sensitized on the fact that the facility has got to be broken down since the current improvised structures don't fit a universal trade fair site. So over a long time, we have really informed most of the inhabitants here, she said. Occupancy here is, as it were, supposed to be brief. So as at the final year, we informed the tenants that at the conclusion of the occupancy this year, they will get to make room so that we really modify the site, she stated. The CEO again also indicated that both local and outside financial specialists have appeared intrigued in collaborating in the entity to develop and revamp the facility. In spite of the fact that she did not provide subtle elements as to who the financial specialists are, she guaranteed that the board will come out with that information soon. The trade fair had to be engaging with control supply issues and, as it were, overseen to settle that this year the CEO talked to the media amid the press dispatch of the trade fair amazing deals at the premises. The occasion, which started on the 27th of September this year, will last for an anticipated 12 days. Some lined up exercise incorporate free well-being screening, amazing sales, kids playground, among others. Dr. Edu accepts the required bolster will rake within the vital income for the firm. Trade fair organizing in Ghana often involve a considerable investment in time and money by participating local companies. The planning includes arranging meetings with other attendees beforehand and resources to follow up on opportunities that are created at the fair. Costs include space rental, booth design, and construction of trade show displays. Also, telecommunications, travel, accommodations, and promotional literature and items to give to attendees. This trade fair is part of the entities that make the cultural and dynamic heritage of the nation. In a few years, we've had mega events being held at the trade fair because of its capacity to hold thousands and the fact that it's made to house several different types of events. Now, over a long time, the facility has been degrading, and questions have been meted out to the CEO of the trade fair and to government about maintenance. Now, trade fair has for a few times presently expressed they are eager to redo the facility and to re-establish the once dynamic trading hub. It comes as a shock that the place will have to go to renovation at this particular time when it could have been done a while back. The trade fair houses an environment where Ghanaians can go and have fun, learn about cultural heritage, get to view and experience the talent and crafts of a lot of talented technical youth in the country. Now, one problem that Ghana has been facing ever since has to do with maintenance. We sometimes wait till it's too late before we start maintaining our facilities. The trade fair, as we all know, is a place that is very huge. And if we would have to wait for a lot of harm to be done before seeing to it, then we will be pulling ourselves back. The trade fair is a very beautiful place. The events ground has also seen a few, unorthodox processes whereby people have questioned the accountability of how things are done at the event center. Now, we heard that the CEO had been doing all she could to see to the place. According to her, one of the factors that held them back from doing this renovation was the fact that those particular occupants were still living in the premises. Now, they expressed the fact that they didn't want to seem rash in doing certain things that might cause an effect on the lives of certain individuals, and that was the reason why they were laid back. Now, we are not too sure of how far and how long and how much effort they've really put into building the place. But I still want to stick on the fact that we have to maintain our facilities in Ghana when they start deteriorating, and not wait till it's extremely broken down before we do this. We all know the trade fair serves as a place not only for exhibitions, but a place for companies to meet individuals and people who have certain criteria to do jobs that are vacant for them. Now, as to how long the tenants of the trade fair are going to leave the premises, it has not really been stipulated, but they gave us a fair idea of up to the end of the year. This is what I think. There should be a place where these people should be moved to temporarily and as soon as possible until the work done at the place is completed. Now, the trade fair is supposed to be a place where when tourists and foreigners come over, they would be able to go back and show this is what Ghana has. We all know they always come with their cameras and recording devices, and I think it's going to be a pain in the backbone of the country if they come and record broken down facilities. You all know how these white people do. They always want to take videos and pictures to go and showcase to their people. Now, we have a question. Are we going to wait, or are we going to allow these people show the rest of the world how broken down the place is, how broken down our infrastructures are, how broken down our facilities are? It has to come to that point. It has to come to that point where we have to make up our minds to put a system in place whereby maintenance will be done at a periodic interval. And by that, I mean probably every 3 months, every 4 months, or every 5 months. And not every time when we see deterioration or breaking down. We often wait too long till we really see a significant change in the environment of our facilities before we take action. You see, we have gotten used to the process of going to the mechanic when our cars break down, instead of going to the mechanic once in a while for checks. That's the same thing that applies to our facilities here. I think the system that should be put in place should allow for checks to be done at different parts of the facilities, so that reports will be taken out and the necessary requirements and actions will be taken before the facilities break down. And by this I mean, let's say every 2 months, for instance, checks are done, and we do realize that a certain iron rod is getting rusted. When the report is done, either this iron rod are going to be replaced or are going to be repaired. See, now when you put a system in place where there's frequent checks, it gives you a step ahead of the necessary actions to be taken when these facilities start deteriorating. We don't do any checks in the country. Not at all. We wait too long. And sometimes we get to face the consequences at a very wrong end. Let's say, for example, there are people who are under one of the sheds of the trade fair whose pillars are not strong or whose iron rods are about to break. Should in case it happens that it breaks, not only are we going to see loss of property, but also a harm and a loss in lives. Now, when this breaks and falls on people, we are going to spend money in seeing to the facilities, in taking care of the diseased, and in making sure the place is up to date. Whereas we could have spent less by maintaining the place. Now, I am waiting for the board that she claimed was going to come out with the information as to who the financial specialists are. Because sometimes we know government is supposed to be doing that. And at other times too, we know certain individuals have been given that job by the government to do. Now, with control supply issues, and as it will overseen, we are hoping that things are done the proper way. When she spoke to the media, she made us know how amazing deals always occur at the premises, and we all do agree. The trade fair is a very lively place that, houses more and more of what we can call and a cultural heritage, a continual occurrence. We all know, we see the kids' playground being used all the time. We all see events, and by events I mean big and mega events, occurring at the place. Now, how long are we going to wait for such an important place? How long are we going to wait before we do this? How long? We can put a change to certain things if only we will do things in the right way. The trade fair is a place where we could call home, because if the trade fair is not seen to, it will force us and put pressure on other facilities to hold such events. Sometimes we are skeptical to how considerable investment is made into such programs and facilities. But all in all, we do hope that it comes to a point where we can do things right and enjoy these places and have our tourists sending back good news to other countries about our country. Thank you for watching and listening. Do well to subscribe, like and comment on a video, and stay glued to all of our other media outlets, channels and websites. Have a nice day.